Hello everyone, welcome to the channel, and welcome back to another episode of Oxygen Not Included, our second season at, the Crunchy Citadel here. We have it paused for a minute because we had to do something relatively urgently as we've walked in here. So, I've read all the comments so far. Actually, it's I'm playing very soon after having released the last episode because I'm just too excited to play. The comments are too good. They give me too much information, and you just get me excited to continue to test things out and fool around a little bit. Now, number one, obviously we're gonna need to talk about pips and pip ranching and stuff, but we need to deal with oxygen first because I'm realizing the oxygen overlay is actually quite bad, and honestly, I think we're just going to have to settle and build ourselves an electrolyzer. Not really what I wanted to do so early in, I guess, without a more reliable water source. But it is kind of where we're stuck at right now. So I'm just gonna do that. So it's going to be the thing that they kind of urgently do because I need them to not die. That is one. Don't die. And two, food will be the next focus. So I'm going to also cancel the sweeping. No more sweeping. None of that. Recommended that I don't sweep, but it's a waste of time. It is a waste of time. And you know what? You're right. My dupes are slow, and they can't carry things, and honestly, they have far more important things to do, like making oxygen so that they don't die. So we'll get this done, and then we're going to talk about all the other stuff we've got to do to make sure they survive. So there we go. We've got our electrolyzer up and running. We're going to be producing a little bit more oxygen because, it's been looking pretty sparse in here, and I have been allowing it to go on for too long, for too long. So we'll also let them dig out some of the algae as well so that they can, continue to kind of work towards, or work and use this for a bit. That'll be good. And we're fixing kind of the most pressing things first. The outputs should not be up there, thank you. I did know that at one point, but clearly not when I set this back up. So I'm gonna run them all up into the ceiling, except for that one. That one could just pop right in there. I think that's probably okay. What's this? What'd I do? Have a duplicate eat any cooked meal. I'm assuming they're eating whatever meat I ended up cooking. Consumables as well. I didn't know this was a thing. Or maybe I did, and I'm a goof. But let's take meat off the menu there. I don't want them eating meat. I don't want that. So, at least not the raw meat anyway. So, there we go. That's good. Food, not ideal, but it's fine. Just looking at the, electrolyzer, it is consuming, it's going to be consuming a lot of water, and unfortunately we're throwing hydrogen into the base. It's okay, we only have a few gases right now, and we'll manage them a little bit, as we go along, so I think we can maintain it. But the food source is the biggest thing for us. So we need to get pips. This is the plan. I'm going to be eating pips. Well, at least they're eggs. So we could murder them and eat them, but it's not particularly efficient. So what would be the most ideal thing to do is get them to plant the arbor trees so I don't need to take care of them because I'm not producing enough, as Terracom Consulting, or Graham, thank you, has said. We're not producing enough polluted water to really support them. So what would be wise is to dig this out. And actually, the suggestion to me was to move this building, but I actually think it's okay, like move the ranch. I think it's actually okay to leave it here because they should be able to plant in all of these. And I'm going to need multiple. So odds are I'm probably going to move things around too. I could even put them over here if I really wanted to, or another ranch down here. So we could have a couple ranches at a few different spots. The fact that there are arbor trees already down here kind of promotes this as an option for me. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna be cheeky. We're gonna we're gonna use the same space. We're gonna use the same space. We will deconstruct a couple of things here. I know it may not be the perfect space, but because it's already dug out relatively proper to the right size, I think it's okay to use. And again, like I was just looking at this, it is growing out that way. Let me. So there's a limb. There's a limb. That's a limb. That's a limb. But they don't have any limbs growing towards each other. And let me see over here. They're more properly spaced. Okay. Well, I'm not too fussed about it. In my opinion, it will be fine. So what we'll do is we're going to try and restrict them to make sure they plant it where I want them to plant it, which is right here. And I'm going to just build 2 ladders there and a ladder here. And I think that might work. I know there are some limitations about where, like how many plants can be in a certain radius. I think this might be okay. If it's not, I will dig those up. Stop doing that, you little shit. They're the worst, really. We know that they're the worst. We already understand. We're going to lose our minds. This is truth. This is fact. I wish I could just throw them in the building, but they're tricky. Tricky little fiends. If I ever see one down here, I'll lock it up for sure. Okay. So while we're up to that, I'll get them to just 9 priority this, and hopefully they can do that. We'll get them to uproot this as well. And was there another plant here? Dust cap, let's uproot that too. Little shits planting. Look at how much shit they plant. This all wasn't here before. They're just picking stuff up and throwing it wherever they want. They're little agriculturalists. Little shit disturbers, really. Now, just checking this, you do need water and you do need dirt. Okay, so you're going to be more effective, like we talked about, a little bit more effective than this. So if we can ensure that the pressure is high enough, that would be nice. And the breathability is improving, but it's not phenomenal at the moment. The other thing we can talk about is spawn. So I did look at a self-powered, is it oxygen machine? Is that what it's called? I believe that's what it means. And we're going to do that, obviously, at some point. We don't have the means to do it quite yet, but we'll get there. And so that is on my mind, and I'm thinking we may build it close to this side. We may build it probably over here, in all honesty, because this is where all of this water is going to be, and we're going to be, fiddling with this, using this to cool our base for the time being, because it is really quite helpful. And this cool steam vent, the water's just so hot. So as suggested in the comments, water's very hot. We're going to try and avoid it to the best of our abilities for the time being. I love them, but they're a little bit dangerous right now. So what I want to do is research, and I thought I had selected it last time, but it's possible I moved onto something else that looks like what happened. So we'll just click on that to get them to research it so that they can take care of that, and we will start focusing on other stuff. So for instance, they've now fixed this, so I can deconstruct all of these middle pipes, so that makes things a little bit safer running wise. We do need to secure the the water supply, which is concerning. Very low. I can take water from there. I could snag water from here, but it's a little too hot for my liking. So I've decided we'll dig into this area so that we can kind of get closer to the cool salt geyser. That way we're prepped a little bit better. We'll be able to access it. We'll be able to dig it all open so that we can pull out the water and do whatever we need with it. I could actually start maybe building pipes, because basically what I'm stuck with right now is I don't have the skills to wrangle, and I don't have the skills to dig out of this biome. So I'm a little stuck in that area. So I guess it's more or less just kind of expanding a little bit and ripping things up. and making some stuff progress, but we can't progress in every area that I'd like to. But let's take a look also at the oxygen again. Yeah, pretty good, pretty decent. And coal, we have an okay amount of coal, so I could actually start up a real generator here. I was thinking maybe I wouldn't. There is the wood burner, there is coal. There is an achievement in the game to generate a set amount of power without using wood and coal and some of the traditional means. And I'm interested in it. But we don't need to do it this run because we're still learning. There's still a very new concept for us, and maybe we'll start doing specific achievement runs as we go along, as somebody who's still relatively new to the game. Because I love me some achievements. Don't get me wrong, love them. And we need a little bit of research in order to you know, do some stuff. I've actually never zoomed in. I don't know if I've ever zoomed in while it's been green like that before. That was really cool. Oh, new printables. Let's see here. Yes, the pink unitard. And Bubbles, because you are what we're going to call as the leader of this colony, you get the fancy pink leotard. Oh my god, it looks terrible. Amazing, that's so funny. Alright, good job, Bubbles. We love it. We love to see it, folks. We love to see it. What we did do, though, we just did some research, so that is lovely. Very good that we got that done. I think what I'll keep doing, I think we will keep doing research just so that it's progressively getting completed, and we don't really need to worry about, you know, not having it done. So let's move towards that, because I know we're going to need some metal to refine. It's going to be a little bit, but it is probably one of the next things we'll need to do. So we'll let that run, and then we need to dig over here. Let's get these folks over to here to really hook us up a little bit, set us up with some sort of, not supply, but some sort of protection. Actually, here's what we'll do. We'll do that. We're going to protect from the heat, so this is my suggestion. And let's do that. Something like that. And ultimately, let's close this out. I don't think I need that. Let's close this out. Don't need that for now. And we can protect it a little bit. Well, I guess it's protected enough from that side. See, so... Oh, yeah. There's quite a bit of heat in there. We don't love that. And what I was doing over here, just by the way, because we all know I don't have a critter drop-off, but I do have the power to move pip eggs. So their incubation 92%, 83%, 92%. So they're very nearly going to be fully grown, which I'm very excited for. And once they're fully grown, I'm going to kind of watch and see if they do anything with that. I do want to uproot all of these plants. I know that they just planted them all, but I don't want them to be confused about any of this. Outside is stable. Yeah, you're not as stable anymore, eh? Because you are too large by one tile, because we dug out some of those, so that is okay. All I need to do is build a little ladder up and put a tile in the corner. And it could really do anything, but I'm just gonna do it that way. The room is a little bit weird shape, but the thing about pips is they'll run all the way around, so I'm not too worried about anything. So if I was, for instance, to put a grooming station over here, they would be able to get up there. That's my thought, and we might actually do that. We need to adjust. Again, we need to adjust a little bit where things are, but it's fine for the time being, I think. Let me put all of this on a 9. I'd really like to have all of this kind of sorted and set up and defended, basically, from this disgusting temperature. And to do that, we'll need to put a ladder in as well. And I think it's fine to actually dig into here, because we'll just collect. Yeah, it's fine. We will just end up having hydrogen sneaking all the way up, and we'll also dig that up to make the shaft a little bit bigger, so it helps just guide it up too, so it's not a huge deal. Phosphorates there, that's great. This water may end up being used if we end up having a problem, what we might do is move the water into here. I have a couple of sneaky ways to do that. If I'm really worried about power, I would just run a little wall here and here, and then just dump it across. That's how it works. Listen, that's how the game works. The game works in sneaky ways. Sneaky ways. And as well, I'd like them to dig through here. I'll put this on a 7 just so we get kind of an order of operations going, because I don't actually really want this to fill up all the way. We don't want it. We don't want that. I am a little disappointed because we're going to possibly see some snow get liquefied, or like regular snow or regular ice get liquefied, or polluted ice and metal with the brine, mixed with the brine. Then I'm going to have to sort it out. I don't want to do that. It's just an extra step. It's just an annoying extra step. But I'm pretty sure, is the water filter only 5 electricity? Now, see, it is 120. That's why we don't like it. Too much energy. Too much electricity. Oh, convenient. Okay, so those were actually, that was the next thing I was going to research. I didn't realize, I wasn't paying attention to what came before smelting, so that's lovely. And digging down is another thing, but I need those skills. Let's take a look. So for me at the moment, one of the most important things to get is super hard digging, but I need to decide who out of these... Okay, Devon's going to be the one who gets critter ranching. Okay, that's good. So we'll do Mima on super hard digging, and then I'm going to take Bubbles, and it's tempting to throw her into field research. Let's do that. Yeah, let's just do that. That way it's done. Maybe I should have done super hard digging. It might not have been a brilliant idea to do that, but it is what it is. Now, Mima, my friend, you digging. Let's do that. Let's make your top priority digging, and you can go and dig up some stuff. Oh, wow. Okay, they're in here. Phenomenal. This is great. I would like... Yes, good. Keep going. I want you to keep going that way. Keep going that way. I want them to go and do that. I feel like if I dug this out, like this part, this could be helpful for me. And then they could run across easier, because right now they're climbing down, and it's just not... This is not an effective use. Not an effective use. Let me do this. And let me do this. That way they can run and jump and do all that stuff. We'll put a ladder there and a ladder here. I don't know how... I didn't really set up where exactly I wanted things to line up on this side yet. But as long as I'm careful and not silly, it'll be good. I think there was a suggestion about how wide rooms should be and how dull they should be, and I'm silly. I'm a silly, silly man. Oh. That's not good. Yeah, it's not good. Deconstruct that actually quite urgently, please, so we can get that resolved. So, output pipe. Yeah, this is the problem. This is the problem, actually. This is the problem right now. And then that as well. Can they do it? Or somebody dig, somebody get us in there. I don't still have the bat. No, I don't. I can't. Oh, they're gonna pee themselves. They're gonna pee themselves, and it's gonna make a mess. Oh no. Okay. Well, you know, there's only so much I can do. As long as they don't get pee in the water supply, it's okay. And they peed. Actually, arguably, that was the best spot to pee. Oh, somebody else peed. Shit. How many of them are peeing? Are they all peeing? Okay. We fixed it. Oh, God. Oh, no. Oh, fuck. Oh, apparently that's still a mess. Oh my god. Oh jeez. Okay. Alright. Well, you know, hey, listen, we didn't make a terrible mess. I can't believe I didn't catch that. Well, I can believe it, but like, god damn it. These are many germs in the water. If they could fix that, that would be good. Oh god. Okay. Jeez. So we'll do that. We'll get them to fix it. Oh, there's a little bit of chlorine in here, which I was unaware about, but that's fine. I'll deal with it. I'll survive. Could you stop that? What do you... Let me just cancel these tasks, because I wasn't... Oh, I did set Mimo on, like, digging priority, so I guess that's why they're doing that. It's okay. As long as I dig that up. Look at the little tiny Pip. Look at the little tiny friend. Look at it. Look at it go. Look cutie. Oh, it's going to take them a little while to age, eh? In time it'll mature. Okay. That sounds good. We put that on a 7 and that on a 7 so that they do it next. Food supply is dropping, so let's just enable auto harvest on that. And now we should have more food. Yeah, there we go. 7,000 more. Okay. Great. Good. Good, 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 good. Next thing is we're continuing to try and access all of the good stuff. Let's do this. Sleet wheat. You'll be fine for now. I'll let you keep growing. Everybody's kind of running around, and I think, yeah, they're putting stuff in the oxygen diffuser. That checks out. Okay, and all of that is swept up. Lovely. Now, though, if we talk about temperature, let's slow it down a second. Research smelting. Okay, good. Talking about the temperature once more, let's just commit, and I'll leave the ceiling as is. I'm actually okay with there being a ceiling like that. Let me do this. And dig that out. Dig that out. And we'll dig this out here. And we can deconstruct that. And apparently it counted as a room, so we'll deconstruct that and we'll kind of see where we're at. Temperature-wise, that'll be good. And then we'll dig this. We'll actually, let's uproot that. We'll get them to plant a new one after. And kind of same here, we're gonna rip into chlorine a little, and eventually we'll get it out of the base. It's one of those things that's bound to happen, so I'll commit now. I would kind of like to go in there and expand that, but probably best to not do that. As long as I'm controlling the heat in this area, I will be content. Could really actually wrap the whole room if I was particularly, if I had a particular inclination to do so, but I may just leave it as is. So now that we've expanded this, no longer a room, so it's too big. That's okay. That can easily be solved by simply putting a little door there and doing that, and that'll be nice. Very good. I would like actually this on the top priority. Deal with that. And then what do we need to make it a great hall? You need a fancy decor item and a recreational building. Okay. So, I can do a recreational building. We can actually do a water cooler. Refer to water 100 grams per use. That's fine. We'll put a water cooler in there. And you want a fancy item. Does this count as fancy? Also... give me, yeah, let me use granite. We're not going to use the other. Why would I use the other? And ceiling trim. I mean, listen. Let's just do this and see if they end up content with it. I will put that on a 9 and those two on a 9 just so that we see what they do. Oh, I didn't even notice. Okay, printing pod. Tell me, what can I get? Pips or people? Let's do pips. Screw it. Why not? And those pips are still locked in here? Beautiful. Look at them, they're like little cats. Like little cats. Alright, let me actually deconstruct this. Because there were very fair points about not having it, not having it in here, because domesticating them just isn't necessary. We don't need to domesticate them for the time being. If I do, we do it after. And I will make an incubation room soon as well. Let's actually take a look at the research while we're working on stuff, or we're working away on other things. That'll actually be up top. Yeah, there's the incubator. Let me research both of those for the time being, and actually researching. Let me research all the way to gourmet meal preparation. I understand I don't have applied research yet, but I'll just kind of let them go off and do that, and then we'll kind of check in and make some changes afterwards. I think doing the pole down here would be good. Right, like that. All the way down. We'll rip into here. Can I not be able to do anything with that, unfortunately. Shitty, but it's fine. We'll figure it out. Can't move it. It's okay. At least I can run my ladder through. Right. So digging down too, by the way. Digging down is also very exciting for me because it's something we have not done yet. And in the old game, it took us so long to do. It took us a really long time to get to. So let's try and get them to do a whole pipe. And actually, we'll put this on 6. And I'll put this on 7 so nobody dies. And we'll rip into things too while we go along. Okay, so I prepped some things. You know, we're actually doing pretty good coming down here. So what I'm going to do now, I'm actually going to switch this over to a 5 so they're not doing it as urgently. This is foresight, okay? I know we're going to be dealing with a water problem sooner rather than later, actually quite soon, just judging by the sheer amount of consumption that we're dealing with. And while we do have water up here and we have some water over here, we need to think of something fast, and we need to think about renewability, renewable water quickly. Oh shit, we're already hitting the edge of the map. And that renewability, or renewable, we'll say, renewable water, is likely going to come from over here. So I think what I'll do right now is put this on a 9 so they actually go over and take care of that now. I did change my research. I had told you that I was going to be researching all of this, and I actually ended up halting it. I do want an incubator, but what we'll do first is we'll actually research the desalinator now. And we'll take that, and I don't, you know, we're gonna need a pump, right? So I've run a power line all the way over here. I've run a water line up to here, and I don't know exactly where I want to put a. Why is that a weird color? I don't know exactly where I want to put the line yet, but we're getting there. The scheme is coming. The scheme is coming. The plan is planning. And we're going to get it done. We're going to put one in once we've researched it, once we've refined. Yeah, okay, that's good. And also these little friends, look at the tiny baby. Look at the tiny little babies. Look at how happy they are. They're so good. Oh, there are 3 of them. I had no idea. I thought there were only 2. Perfect. That's lovely. Do I have another pip egg? Screw it. Move you over here. There we go. That'll, well, you know. More pip eggs in there, the better. And this is just simply based off of them having just not planted eggs, but just simply dropping their eggs down, and I've just collected them and moved them over. Oh, this is nice. We're making good progress here. This, I think I want to dig out soon before they drown to do it. So let's do that. We'll dig that one too. And of course, we'll have to put a ladder in there, and that'll be fine. Very small. It's a very small storage unit for this, because how far does radiation go? Only those 2. Okay. So I could actually have it go down 2 more, really. Say, because there is a smidge of radiation there, but it's not really good enough. Okay, yeah, I could make that happen. That would be fine. If we actually encompass the whole thing, I could make use of the whole unit. And there's no chlorine in there, so that would be fine. Interesting use of the uranium, in my opinion. And we could just pump it out and filter it back into there, provided it wasn't too hot. It is actually quite cool in here, and there's a nice biome there, so there's probably some secrets in there that I could use, but this is a good start. Oh, look at them when they sleep. I didn't know they did that. Look at how happy they are. They're little friends. Oh, they're called pipsqueaks. Ah, that's so fun. I like it. I would like Bubbles to actually be researching that, because I feel like it would be a very effective use of time. I'm actually going to put this on an 8 so that somebody does it, not on an 8. And they'll dig it, they'll build that, and it'll be good. It'll be nice. And let's actually put all of that on an 8 too, just so that I can then put everything back to the 5 level that it should be. Perfect. So they're going to deal with that, and Bubbles is going to deal with that. Bubbles, are you okay? Are you sick? Hungry, sopping wet, hypothermia. If you get to half health, I'm going to have to throw you out over there. Now, it's nice because we've already hit this wall here, which will be really great. At least we know that we're not losing temperature to the left side. And the fact that there is a cold biome beside a cold biome is also really quite beneficial. There's nothing really producing heat in here. It's just a hot biome. And kind of same here. And there's a lot of ice biomes over here, which is quite nice. We're hunting down to a degree as well these, and the plan is to actually get in here and see what the heck's going on and see what it is. So that is one of the many tasks that we're trying to do today. Okay, lovely. So we've got that all set up. Not everything, obviously, but a good amount. We're setting up the piping, so we're moving into, again, the very good direction here. I'm going to actually put all of this on a 7 and this on a 6, so they do that closer stuff first. And eventually they'll do the other stuff, and it'll be all fine, and we'll be happy and everything. But for now, we're good. What is going on here? Natural gas. Nice. Okay. Good. I'm not seeing any neutronium, though. If I click temperature, you are sneaky, and it kind of sneaks in there. It's a little hard to pick out. It used to be very easy to pick out what it was, and I say this every time, because it used to be much more apparent that it was not, not something. So see, okay, it's gray. Yeah, see, it doesn't, miscellaneous. See, it doesn't even appear in MISC. It is simply nothing. Which is shitty because the igneous rock also doesn't, so it just kind of, like, it hides very easily. So I'm not seeing any hidden around, so that's okay. And the base temperature is actually quite good. We've got cool air coming in from over there. Actually, this is cold too, so I'm sure that's helping. And it's good. I am getting more and more concerned about the food. Thankfully, we do have some mealwood kind of going on, so that is beneficial. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have 12, so apparently that's enough for 3. And then there are a couple of wild ones hanging around. So I think we are almost self-sufficient, kind of, sort of, in that area. We're gonna rip those up so we can put 2 more down, and that'll help. New printables, hello. Let's do a drunklet. Why not? And that's, of course, apart from the eggs we get. It's apart from anything we get from the printing pod that's food, and any of the hexlants that I'm digging up. So, I've got another one here. There are actually 4 here. 5, 6. I think 6 left is pretty well what we're dealing with. I've consumed a lot of them. But they're doing a really good job of keeping us sustained, keeping us alive. So really, really quite pleased about that. Bubbles, are you doing okay? You're not, you seem like you're struggling a little bit. And, you know, I'd rather have you not die quite yet. Also, brine, good to know. Temperature's under 22 degrees, negative 22, it'll freeze. And anything over 102, it will turn into, well, it'll turn into steam and turn into salt. As part of a more pleasant surprise, they've actually dealt with a fair amount of this water and piping that I asked them to do, so that's quite nice. They're doing a good job. They're behaving themselves. They're fussy sometimes, but today they've done all right. And Bubbles is still going to town on that, but she's trying really hard not to die because there's no oxygen in there. It's all carbon dioxide, and the base is actually doing decently well when it comes to that. How is hydrogen getting in there? A little confusing. Let me actually just put an airflow tile right there to make sure we encourage a little bit of not what's going on right now. Oh shit, there's slime lung over here. I was just kind of casually looking around at some stuff, and there is full-on slime lung in here. Why? You fucker. Morb, you piece of shit. I blame you. It's you, right? Do you do it? You are the culprit. Okay. I know it would have been fine at the end of the day, but also not fine. Also very much not fine. Now, all right, they're doing great. They're doing a good job. Doing fantastic work even. I want quite badly, actually, this. So, we're going to do it. We're going to do it. We're going to put it on 9. We'll have them dig all the way up. We'll have them dig a couple out so that I can try and figure out what this thing is. And they can't actually do that one, so hopefully it works. They'll run over, they'll do it, and there's a little bit, they're faster at getting over there now because of this little friend. So we've just finished with the cool slush geysers. So this is amazing for us. This is going to be fantastic. I'm really quite excited, actually. So we have a cool salt slush geyser, and it's emitting basically 4,000 grams a second of cool slush. And what's lovely about that is the electrolyzer at best, at most, will take in 1,000. So even if I make a big spawn with 2 electrolyzers in there, that'll only use maybe up to 2,000, and this bad boy right here is going to give me about 4,000. Sorry, didn't mean to open the map, but that's great. So we kind of need to do the next steps here. I know I've got them digging up because I want to figure out what's going on over here, and plus it gives me a little bit of a better look over here to see if there's anything I want. And digging down towards, you know, oil towards the bottom, that's also, it's happening too. So let's see here. I will put a pump in. I'm gonna put a pump in, and my problem is this gonna breach 1,000? Am I gonna need to make? I might need to make a second. How much electricity is currently? 1,000. Okay. And I don't know how much the brine remover friend uses. I suppose what I can do is I can set this up anyway because we have to, and we'll see afterwards what the power situation is, because it's not gonna, at the end of the day, it's not actually gonna matter if I set it up fully now or not. I'll put in the water all the way there. It's not gonna, we won't connect it to the electricity quite yet. I will do kind of the whole thing. Let me snip it here. Let me snip the pipe, please. There we go. And then I'll figure out if I put the salt thing here. Clean the water could be done anywhere, really. And actually, I really think this level would be a good level to dig clear here. Enable auto harvest, not enable auto harvest. We'll harvest both of those. The pips are fully grown now, so I'm hoping they take the acorn and plant it where I want, which is right here. They may not, just because there's this stuff in the way, and also perhaps those are in the way. Let me uproot that and uproot that. And we may need to... Well, I'm not actually able to do anything with that. Oh, fair. Okay. Yeah, you know. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. So we just done the research for the desalinator. So let's grab another type of research. Let's get them to do the incubator while we're on our way here. And let's take a look at that refinement. I can't remember how much it needs. How much do you need? We're talking 480. 480. So it's only brine right now, but that doesn't mean that it's always going to stay brine. So there is the possibility that snow or ice may eventually flood into there, which is not great. For the time being, we might actually be okay. I can build a liquid filter anyway, maybe right here. That way we're good. I don't know. What's the refinement look like? So the system, if I built that and I built the desalinator, it'll take up to 720 electricity. If I look at this, the current load is potentially 720, which is not ideal, but I don't think it would be running. Yeah, it wouldn't really be running all of the time. I might need to start fixing my power a little bit, because this is not a good, we're not set up very well right now. It's very temporary situation going on. Nothing has planted those, so I'm going to go on a limb here and assume I need to deconstruct those, and actually I will put those on a 9 priority, because maybe there's not enough room. Well, no, there would be enough room. I'll give them the space to decide where they want to plant it. And hopefully they plant it in one of either there or here. Because they can plant it in dirt. I know they can. Are you already going to do it? No. Nobody's doing it yet. Okay, that's fine. Is this the moment of truth? I can't see it yet. Nobody can dig that one out. Oh, no. So what's this? Still no. Still nothing. They can't do it at all. Unreachable dig. So I would need them to go here. Let me dig that out. Let's see what we can do. Do I see anything else? No, I don't. Will you get me what I need? No, you will not. It was filled with lies. The whole situation was filled with lies. I don't think it's a vent. It's probably another low geyser. It could be a volcano, but I think I'd see that. I'll stop digging on it just to, you know, give them a little bit of a break, and we'll have to get the super hard digging skill, or the, what is it, super very hard? I don't know what it is, but we'll get to it after. We did accidentally give somebody hypothermia, and that's not good, Devon. That is bad, actually. It'll return in point, it'll be fine in 0.2 cycles. Okay, this is not going as intended, you little shits. Could you plant the thingy? I know you can do it. I know you can do it. I think they're considering these as planted or as a wild crop. But I think that's far enough away. I don't know why exactly they're not planting the arbor seed. Maybe I just need to give them more time. Well, I'll take out the one ladder and we'll take a look. We'll see what they do. Stop. Oh my god. Mima, you got hypothermia again. You got hypothermia. I don't think you should be in there, to be honest. I think you should maybe stop. I think you should stop. Please stop it. Please stop killing yourself in there. It's not going well for you. It's not going well. Now, let's just grab 2, just because this was a fair point. We're missing athletics. And that is under... Oh, it's going to be under suit sustainability. It's under... athletics is over there. Okay. Well, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, screw it. Let's do carrying capacity just for you. And let's, for you, I need you to do... We're going to do ranching, so I'm going to have you do improved farming so that we can move you over to ranching. Now, the hypothermia is not ideal. It is actually quite bad. I will allow it for the time being. However, I'm not pleased. The refinement, let's see, refinement, how much size-wise are you? Do you, oh, I can actually make it. I don't actually need the thing. Okay, good, 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 good. And by the thing, I mean I don't need refined metal. What I will do, because I think that this will just be easier, is I'm going to put it here. I say that with a question mark because I'm just not quite sure. That way, I don't run the risk of ripping that open, and I can just keep it away from being too cold. And it will heat up this area, and that's okay because eventually we'll make it cool itself pretty well, and that will go in there. It'll cool down this water, which will be good, and I could even, as suggested, take this as hot water and put it in there or put it over here and mix it together and cool things off, and you know it would be a good little liquid sink temperature situation, making things fine. So I think, yeah, they planted it perfect. Okay, so I just needed to rip out the things underneath. That's okay, it's fine there. I think maybe those were causing a problem, but it's all good. What we'll do now is just to check the room. It is a room size of 96 tiles. There are 6 critters in there. Yeah, it's not actually a ranch yet, mostly because there's no, what's it called? The grooming station isn't in here, and that's totally fine. I'll probably put the grooming station maybe up here or move things around. It's not a huge deal, but what I'm gonna do is allow them to grow, and it's very exciting for me because I don't need to deal with it. And in order to sustain a ranch of 8, we're going to need more arbor tree seeds. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, I have some. Oh, there's my arbor acorn. Let me actually take the arbor acorn that's right here, and I'm going to move it into here, and they're going to plant me another one. And how we're going to make this work is we're going to just deconstruct that and deconstruct that, and I'm actually just going to build another one of those. Somebody build that really quickly, and actually this one can actually stay. I think we'll just deconstruct the one. I don't know, or no, we will leave that one, cancel deconstruct, and I'll deconstruct that. This will be better. Here's my plan, and then we'll be good. Everything will be fine. So it's no longer a 96 tile room, it's a 95 tile room, and now it's a 96 tile room again. So did we give them the acorn? No. So the moving feature is interesting. There's no way for me to tell them to do it faster, I guess. Like if I put it all on a 9, I don't know if that really is going to make them do it any quicker, but that's okay. Wow, we are filling this area with hydrogen. Okie dokie. Okay, moment of truth to see if we've broken everything. Everything is hooked up. We did the pipes. Nope, that's not pipes. We did the pipes. We've done the electricity. And now we push enter. We get started. Space, not enter. Oh, it's white. They're just white blobs. Oh, I thought they'd be gray or something. There we go, in it goes. You're taking cold damage, you bastard. Oh, you little shit. You know, fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, that checks out. Actually, that checks out. That makes perfect sense. Okay. New solution. Deconstruct that. We'll deconstruct it. It's okay. This is just a minor setback. It's a minor setback. I am not fussed about it in the slightest. I can easily run it up here in this area around the cool steam vent, change its temperature, and throw it down into here. And that will actually be really quite simple. So let me set that up and we'll be back in a moment. Okay, so we've made some progress here. Listen, I'm pleased with myself, okay? Look, it's not perfect. However, we have set up the piping, that is heat. We set up the piping, it will run through the whole base, okay? It's gonna go up, and over here, it's going to take away some heat. All right, it's trying to absorb only a little, not a whole lot, so that it will not damage this, and then we can put that in there. Now, I don't know how much heat exchange is going to happen, so maybe as time goes on, we'll have to switch them out for thermally reactive, the radiant pipes, or the insulated pipes to kind of change things. And also, in an ideal world, I would send my dupes down here and put the pipes throughout this whole body of water, and we can secure it that way. Those would be the two most ideal situations, is if that's fine and I can change the temperature of this water. For now, we're just focusing on taking temperature from the cool steam vent and here and just eliminating it, and already kind of just dealing with a solid amount of heat right off the bat, just taking it right out of here, changing it, and into there it goes. And hopefully it'll be fine, balanced. We'll see. But right now, I just need to add in these wires as the last step. So let me just 9 that up real quick, and we'll be back once it's done. Okay, perfect. So that's now hooked up. Last thing we need to do is put in that last smidge of plumbing right there. It'll move forward, but I'm gonna choose a blueprint first. Ice. Actually, not bad. Give me that. And let me put the ice over in here, as we always do. You gotta put the ice in there. So let's take a little look here. The water's flowing, phenomenal. The temperature is probably quite cold, so we'll see what they do. Also, an arbor tree, they planted an arbor tree there as well. Fantastic. Those little shits, they know what they're doing. And we're just going to do 2 spacing because that's just how I like to roll. We'll deconstruct that, and of course the room will then be too large, and we will put another tile right there. So we'll just match those up. Now, pipe. It's going up. Okay, so it is... Oh, shit. Okay, so it's currently... Wow, alright, it already absorbs quite a lot of temperature, so this may be completely necessary, and I'm going to go on a limb and say that it is. Let's see here, what are we looking at? 37, but what are you actually absorbing here? You know what? It's not doing a terrible job. The temperature's not that bad. The heat exchange is actually reasonable, too. It will be absorbing quite a bit of heat depending on the speed of this situation. But we're... Wow. Okay. All right. Hey. We kind of did it. We kind of did the thing. The only problem I do see... Well, the only present problem I do see is actually it being too cold in the base. So we may need to put those insulated pipes. What we'll do is we will just research here to make sure we get those insulated pipes and those radiant pipes. And then if it ends up being a problem, we'll do a little switcheroo. But hey, that is fantastic. Temperature exchange when it stops. Not ideal. And how was the temperature of the water coming out? No idea. Wasn't paying attention to that. It's probably fine. And that will be okay, honestly. Like, it's... As it now clampers up, it's only 20. So all we might need to do is just switch out those pipes with some either insulated pipes or radiant pipes whenever we've got that last thing researched. And we'll be good. We'll be totally fine. I'm very pleased with the system. I just put in a coal generator so that we can kind of make sure we're powering things a little bit better. And then, you know, on to maybe refinement soon, and either probably not the next episode, but perhaps the one after. And we'll be right as rain. We'll be good to go. So I just want to see here the temperature. And we'll fast forward very quickly here to make sure we're good. Yeah, it's progressively going down. So 17, it's actually the desalinator doesn't increase temperature. And the heat production isn't really going to matter because it'll just have it cool itself. Lovely. Lovely. So there we go, folks. It's been a beautiful episode where there's been a little bit of scalding, a little bit of hypothermia, a little bit of burr, a little bit of heat. But we've come a long way since last time. We've learned so much. We've learned so much in this short period of time. So If you folks did enjoy this episode, do let me know down below. And of course, don't forget to leave any comments with those tips, hints, or suggestions. I always love to hear from you, and you're super helpful. Thank you so much. Really makes my day. And don't forget to leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and as always, thank you for stopping by. Happy you did, and I'll see you next time.